Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here finally with some new tech to unbox on the last day of January. Can January just end already? I got myself the Samsung Galaxy A71. And the A70 I did review last year. It was one of my favorite mid-range phones of 2019. So this 2020 release now is out. As of today, I got this at the store here, Fortress in Hong Kong, for 3,600 Hong Kong dollars. This is the Prism Crush Pink version, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and this is the Hong Kong version. It's a global version, full warranty here in Hong Kong, so 1-year warranty. So this is a really awesome and exciting release. Let's go ahead and unbox it right now. Now you're wondering, why did I get the pink version? I gotta go with the cool colors here, the snazzy colors, and just get a load of this pink. Let's take it out here. There's the A71, Infinity O display, quad cameras, super fast charging. We'll get into more details, but look at that pink back. Wow. I'm gonna put that aside real quick and look at what's inside the box. We do have a nice inclusion here of headphones in the box. Because guess what? This still does have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Hurrah! Hurrah for Samsung, even though they're eliminating the headphone jack in their S20 series. And we have a USB-C charging cable right here. And then we got, what do we have in here? It is a fast charger. Now, what is the speed of this fast charger? Let's have a look. All right, so it looks like a 25-watt fast charger for the Galaxy A71. So pretty standard unboxing. And my bad, guys, there actually was a case that was hidden underneath here, and it also housed the SIM ejector tool. Let's open this up real quick. So we do have just the books and paperwork, instruction manuals, and there is the TPU case for the Galaxy A71. Pretty standard case, but just wanted to make sure that I included that as well. And let's rip off this plastic. Now, I did turn this on at the store, wanted to check to see my unit was in good condition, and let's turn this bad boy on. And there it is, the Galaxy A71 with this gorgeous 6.7-inch OLED display, AMOLED display. And so I haven't set this up completely. Let me get some apps here installed and let's review this phone initially real quick. Okay, so I've been playing around with the phone now for about 15 minutes. I took a couple shots and I gotta say, it's nice to have this big size AMOLED display in my hands again. The Galaxy A70 was one of my favorite mid-range phones of 2019 with a large 6.7-inch display, but it did have a notch and it's been replaced now with this centered punch hole similar to the Note 10 series, and I gotta say, it just looks a lot nicer. Our bezels are tiny now on the bottom. I mean, it's still a little bit of a chin, but the side bezels are far reduced, and you can see there, this punch hole is definitely much smaller now. So I just feel this is a much more immersive display than it even was before. Now, the build is still plastic as it has been with this A70 and kind of A series, but look at the back of this phone. This is a gorgeous back, and there's this kind of interesting X look with almost like a kind of rainbowy shimmer that occurs at a certain angle. I'm going to try to get it there in the camera, and you can kind of see it right there. So they're almost kind of panels of light that reflect at a certain angle, and this color shouldn't be as much of a fingerprint magnet. And then we see the quad camera setup on the back. So it's not the most beautiful phone that I've used, but it definitely feels nice in the hand. And yes, though, I wish it was metal on the edge, but it is not. So now talking about this display, though, this is the stunning part of this phone. 6.7-inch 1080 by 2400 megapixels, and I think the best part about this is that this is a Samsung panel. Samsung is going to reserve the best panels for their smartphones, and this one is no different. So we're looking at a phone here also with Gorilla Glass 3 on the front. I wish that was a little bit higher, and having used the Galaxy Note 10 series and the Fold before it, it's nice to be back here on One UI. But this is not just any One UI, guys. This is actually One UI 2.0 and Android version 10. So a very welcome site here running Android version 10 and One UI 2.0. But I gotta say, just in terms of initial impressions, this phone display is awesome, and I can't wait to check out content on this as well. Now, in terms of performance, we have seen this Snapdragon 730 series on a number of phones. This is the 8 gigs of RAM version. You can get a 6 gig version for probably a bit less, but initial impressions of performance, the 730, guys, it is no slouch. It works beautifully. And you have the Adreno 618. Now, what is the main thing that's omitted here? No high refresh rate. There's no 90 hertz refresh rate. I wish we would have seen that in an A series phone, but it looks like Samsung is really going to release that in their S20 series. They haven't had a phone with a higher refresh rate ever, so I didn't expect to see a high refresh rate here on this phone. But now you have Xiaomi and Realme really coming out with some higher refresh rate phones. But guess what? I would still take this 60 hertz AMOLED display, big, beautiful 6.7 inch over the 6.67 inch LCD 120 hertz on the K30. I'm sorry, but AMOLED is more important to me. And with these gorgeous colors, I will take this over that any day of the week. Now, in terms of audio, very happy to see we do have that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I don't think there are dual speakers on this phone though. And last but not least, the classic Frankie Tech camera shot, kind of an indoor street tech video. And let's put BB-8 there and you can see the interface. So we do have the wide angle and the regular sensor is a f1.8. This must be that Samsung GW1 sensor, 64 megapixels. And let's take a photo real quick. So a fairly fast shutter, not the fastest I've seen on a phone, but it does the job pretty well. We also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and Samsung's ultra wide shots have always been really good. And the inclusion of live focus also is going to be a positive. Now let me show you guys some of the photos I've taken just now. There's BB-8 looking pretty good, but I also just took some shots here at home, and you can see gorgeous day in Hong Kong despite the virus. There's the ultra wide. Look at that shot, looks really good. And then some indoor shots of Optimus Prime. A little live focus shot here with good old Olaf. Frozen 2, man, all the rage in this house right now. And here are some shots with Frankie Tech himself. Decent live focus, and you can tell the edge detection is pretty solid overall. I gotta say, this phone is pretty impressive. Now, in terms of price point, that's really gonna determine whether this is gonna be a good seller for Samsung, because we do have the A51 series that is also out, and that one is quite a bit lower in price. Now, this phone, though, has got an amazing display, and I gotta say, at least in the mid-range space, this may be the nicest display I've seen on a mid-range phone so far. But we don't have that high refresh rate, but it doesn't matter because we have a gorgeous AMOLED display. And for all you guys out there who just want a really large, almost Mate 20X replacement in 2020, this may be a phone to consider, because there are very few phones that are in this price point and that offer a gorgeous, large AMOLED display of this type that also don't cost, you know, $1,000 or $1,500. So this Galaxy A71 may be something of a potential for those kind of buyers. And hit me up with any questions, any comments you have about this phone. I will be testing this phone more in depth. Stay tuned for the full review coming up very soon. But that's it for this quick unboxing and initial review. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for future updates. So we'll be going out in a little bit, taking some shots. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Finally, some new tech here on Frankie Tech. I can't wait to give this the full Frankie Tech treatment, the Galaxy A71, for all you guys. So that's it, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech, signing off. Have a good one.